Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Skyrim No Fast Travel Challenge. I'm Adam Wolf, and in this episode, we're going to be attacking a dragon. We're going to be going for a dragon to prove that we are the Dragonborn to Delphine. And I can't wait to just further the story because I thought I was going through the story before, but no, that was just the Civil War aspect of it. And so we're actually going to be going through the story now. The Book of the Dragonborn. I haven't actually read any of this. Again, if my voice sounds weird in this episode, well, one, I'm still congested from the flu that I had. It's stealing? No, it's not. Sweet. That I had last weekend. Resist fire, minor healing, draft of health. Warrior destruction. I'll take the warrior. But also I just came back from bowling and you know, a little bit of yelling and whatnot. All right. Anything else? I've never actually gone through these chests before, so probably gonna cough every once in a while because of the fact that I was yelling. Wow, do you guys just let people sleep on the floor? That's in case there's like no rooms or something? Like, what the hell is this? Excuse me. Jeez. Sorry about that. I have a drink here, so we're good. I love this. Playing Skyrim in the calm of night. It's 9 o'clock in the evening. And I don't know what it is, but I really like playing games at night. I like playing Skyrim at night, let's be honest. Let's be more specific. Travel together or split up? Well, I mean, you know, I bet you I could beat you there. But I'm going to be running on foot anyway, so let's see what happens, I guess. Man, this game likes to rain a lot. Here, let me just... Is she sprinting the whole time, or... She might be going slightly faster than me, just regular jogging. Oh my god, yeah, she is. I mean, Delphine, if you want us to travel together, you're going to have to slow down, sister. You're being kind of rude by going slightly faster than me. I hate that. I really do. Not a single game that I can think of right now got the whole, escort mission perfect. They never have. There's been a couple games where, like, if you're escorting somebody, they do, they either follow you at your level or your speed, or you follow them at their speed. I think Assassin's Creed has done it a couple times, but for the most part, games have done it so poorly. And this isn't an escort mission, but I am trying to follow her. And she's still going faster than me, so it's kind of like she's escorting me in a way, but I'm just not fast enough, so I have to use my sprint, which makes no sense. Damn, dude, I kind of really banged up my voice this evening. Yeah. You know, you do wonder, though. If I was to go ahead of her, okay, does the game know whether I'm with her or not? Like, would she still say these lines if I wasn't here? Just in case, if the player actually is planning on running with the NPC. Look at that. I don't know how many times I'm going to see weapons floating in the air. That's the third time already in the last 2 episodes. Or maybe second time. Where's Kynes Grove anyway? Over here. There it is. I've already gone past it. What do you know? I've been all over the world. No, they're well aware of my presence. Trust me, they've seen me on the road. They've even threatened me. Is the main quest where I have to, like, infiltrate the gourmet? Alright, what are you doing? I'm just trying to follow her, that's all. What's that second marker? Oh, okay. So that's returning the horn, which is what I'm supposed to do. That's the main quest. But then there's this quest with Delphine, I'm assuming is part of it, technically. Stay away, kitty. There. I don't see any more either, except for the dead saber-tooth. We can't afford any delays, but you're the one stopping, so I don't know what to... Screw you. All right, you're just going to keep stopping. I'm just going to keep going then. Where? Oh. There. Happy? I'm going to keep going, Delphine, if that's okay with you. So I finally got it set up where I can access a folder on my streaming computer from my editing computer, which is also the gaming computer that I'm playing on right now. I can access the videos folder where I record everything. Oh, trust me, I've already killed them like long ago. And I finally set it up so that I can just copy the files over through the network instead of having to, you know, move the file over to a hard drive, then move it over again. That was such a pain in the ass. I don't want you to get yourself killed before we even get myself killed. Do you realize what level I am? I'm way above you. Okay, I'm floating above you. I am the Dragonborn. Oh, frame rate's dropping here. So, anyway. Yeah, so I finally got it set up to do that. Thank God, because it's way easier and it's way faster. It's like 80 to 100 megabytes a second of transfer rate. Not that saying I couldn't do that with my my 500 gig SSD, external SSD. It can go through USB-C, but the USB-C port on my editing rig is in the back, and I really don't feel like having to plug the thing in the back every single time I want to transfer something. So I'd rather just share the folder over my network and then just, you know, do it. Just transfer that way. It's a lot easier. Ooh, man, the frame rate dropped quite a bit here. Probably because we're in a thick end of the forest. Rain is still a thing, and we got an assassin. Come on. Yeah. Compass gave you away, sir. Any gold on you? Yep. But I'll tell you what, that rain is definitely persistent, and it is not giving up. Oh, okay. Kynes Grove, so... Oof. I could just technically go this way and then go across there. But the smart thing to do would be to go, you know, all the way around. Trust me, I'd like to travel with Delphine, but the problem is that she just keeps stopping. It's going to take us longer to get to where we need to go. And here comes a train, right on time. It just never ends. Every time I want to record, somebody in a train comes running on by, blowing their horn for no reason, by the way. It's 9 o'clock at night. There really aren't that many people out, so they don't need to blow the horn. But they do anyway. And if people were smart enough to not try and beat the gates, like I saw the other day, they wouldn't have to blow the damn horns. That's what the gates are for. The gates are there to stop people from going across. But no, people are impatient. So they'll try and beat the gates. And then before you know it, they get stuck in between them. And, what do you know? Their car is into pieces now, along with the rest of their body. Oh, she is going this way. Holy crap. Well, there must be a bridge there then. There's got to be a bridge across there. Oh, yeah, there is. There's a bridge over there. It's right in front of Windhelm.
Keep a sharp lookout. We can't afford any.
Shut up, Delphine. I thought you were going to be more, I don't know, insightful than this. All right, come on. Dude, get thrown, man. I got him off balance, and Arnea just completely destroyed him. Wait for you to walk right past that, Delphine. Thanks for the help, I guess. You witnessed the action, so I guess that's good enough.
There's an inn at Kind.
Mm-hmm.
I hear they serve a nice dark ale.
Yeah.
Nothing like sleeping giant.
Look, you're not in the earshot of your employer. You don't need to be kind to the sleeping giant. See, even if I keep moving, she still ends up getting ahead of me because of the damn assassins that try and kill me. Though that guy was a thief. He wasn't an assassin. He just wanted my money. The assassins don't ask questions. So I calculated this out. I've got, essentially, if I'm lucky, which I highly doubt, I will have 15 days in this month that I will have off. If I'm given the opportunity. Now, I've already burned through one of them, which was yesterday. Today, I have recorded 2 episodes. This is the second. Not sure if I'm going to record the third. We'll see. But if I can get 3 episodes a day recorded in those 15 days, and I mean that's just 6 hours out of my day. That's not even a full day of work. If you want to equate it to my day job. We go 3 episodes a day for those 15 days in the month. I'd finish this series before the end of 2021. And that doesn't even mean I'll finish it by the end of the month. No, I'll finish it with like a week to spare. And that's not counting days that I do work, like Monday through Wednesday. And I come home and record if I wanted to. So like I could easily finish, and that's 52 episodes. I could easily record 52 episodes in the next, within this month and finish this series once and for all. So that way I can at least start 2022 with Fallout 4. Now, the only reason I would do this is because when I thought about it, if I did it 1 episode a week, Sundays, it would literally take me almost 2 years to do 1 series, which is kind of nuts to think about. 2 years. And there's tons of other games that I could easily do no fast travel challenges on. You know, like The Witcher or pretty much any open world game if you want to really, when it comes down to it. Red Dead Redemption 2 would be a great game to do no fast travel challenge. Because they got that really cool cinematic like horse ride that you could do when you're just traveling on the road. I think you just hit the touchpad on the PS5 controller and it just, or PS4 controller even, and it just puts you in a cinematic travel mode.
No, you don't want to go up there. A dragon. It's attacking.
Good. Excuse me.
It flew over the town and landed on the old dragon burial mound. I don't know what it's doing up there, but I'm not waiting around to find out.
See, Delphine's not even here. All right, well, good. I'm gonna get it. There it is. There you are. Come to Papa. Oh yeah, I see you, big guy. Come on. I'll take care of you real quick. It's Alduin. I forgot we faced Alduin this early. Alduin. Get down here, you overgrown rat. Oh. He knocked me on my butt. All right, that's how you want to play it, huh? That's how you want to play a big guy. Man, I wish I knew what they were saying. Sort of. Great. Okay, so I just got back to this point. That way I don't get knocked over again. And we'll see what happens. I'm just going to quick save real quick. I'm not doing that again. I mean, you know, you never know when the game's just going to crash like that. I think it's because Delphine wasn't here. But now she's with me, or at least I think she is. We'll see what happens here. See, it says kill him now, but I'm like, I can't even like begin the fight. I wonder if they got to play Alduin. I never looked it up. That's where it crashed last time, so something funny happened. I'm not sure what, but get over here. I should have just attacked him while they were talking. Probably would have been easier. I don't have Dragon Rend, so there's no easy way to take this guy down. We just have to wait. Yeah, I got you, buddy. Yeah. Oh, it's such an epic animation. I love it. There. Oh, yeah, I did it. What do you know? Oh, damn it. Of course I'm over encumbered now. Yeah, I'm sucking up his, Yeah. Surprise, surprise. Oh, you know what? I should probably just take the dragon bones instead of the scales, because I'm not... The scales aren't going to come in handy to me. I'll have to drop those back at home. Satisfied, Delphine? Yes. Yes, I am.
I owe you some answers, don't I?
Yeah, quite a few.
Whatever you want to know. Nothing held back. I'm one of the last members of the Blades.
The Blades.
A very long time ago, the Blades were dragon slayers, and we served the Dragonborn, the greatest dragon slayer.
That's me.
For the last 200
So you're my
years,
servant.
the last Dragonborn emperor, the Blades have been searching for a purpose.
Okay.
Now that dragons are coming back, our purpose is clear again. We need to stop them.
Mm-hmm.
Not a damn thing. I was just as surprised as you to find that big black dragon here.
That's Alduin.
Exactly. Nobody even remembers our name these days. We used to be known across Tamriel as the protectors of the Septim Emperors.
Hmm.
Those days are long gone. For the last 200 years, we've been searching for the next Dragonborn to guide and guard, as we are sworn to do. But we never found one, until now. Really? Where? Interesting. Same dragon. Damn it, we're blundering around in the dark here. We need to figure out who's behind it all. The first thing we need to do is figure out who's behind the dragons. The Thalmor are our best lead. If they aren't involved, they'll know who is. The faction that rules the Aldmeri Dominion. The ones who almost destroyed the Empire during the Great War 30 years back.
Hmm.
There's no worse enemy to humankind in Tamriel.
Clearly.
The Empire barely survived the last war. The Thalmor don't intend to lose the next one. Nothing solid, yet. But my gut tells me it can't be anybody else. The Empire had captured Ulfric. The war was basically over. Then a dragon attacks, Ulfric escapes, and the war is back on. And now the dragons are attacking everywhere, indiscriminately. Skyrim is weakened. The Empire is weakened. Who else gains from that but the Thalmor?
Hmm.
Before the Great War, the Blades helped the Empire against the Thalmor. Our Grand Master saw them as the greatest threat to Tamriel. At the time, that was true. Maybe it still is. So we fought them in the shadows, all across Tamriel. We thought we were more than a match for them. We were wrong.
Clearly, you're the only one left.
If we could get into the Thalmor Empire...
Yeah, so this is where I have to pose as a chef.
Problem is that place is locked up tighter than a miser's purse. They could teach me a few things about paranoia.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure yet. I have a few ideas, but I'll need some time to pull things together.
Okay.
Meet me back in Riverwood. If I'm not back when you get there, wait for me. I shouldn't be long. Keep an eye on the sky. This is only going to get worse.
Hmm. Keep an eye on the sky. All right, I'm going to actually bring the horn back to the Greybeards. The Greybeards. Back atop Mount Doom. Which is like right there in Riverwood anyway. So, you know, I'll just need to go down the mountain again. It's going to be a nice long trip. Buckle in. Get your favorite drink together. Enjoy it. Because it's going to be a long journey. So I was bowling earlier, and I mentioned to Dimitri, Sleeping Dogs. I was surprised he'd never heard of it. You know, I feel like everybody's at least heard of it by now.
Here you go, son. Be your own man. I've never seen you before. Leave me alone.
Welcome to Kynes Grove. If you want to do business here. You'll have to deal with me. So it seems the milk drinkers were right. That dragon was nearly the death of us.
Okay.
All we can do now is rebuild.
Rebuild. He didn't destroy anything.
Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter.
Cool. All right. Well, I'll deal with that another time. How funny would it be if the last, like, 50 episodes were me trying to beat the main scenario quest? Or the mainline quest, I should say. Which, I mean, I wouldn't put it past me. I think it's totally possible just simply because I'm not fast traveling. If I was fast traveling, it would definitely take the... what would be the normal amount of time. What the hell, dude? Where the hell did he come from? Just randomly out of nowhere, hey? I haven't run into a dragon this whole time. Because I assumed you would run into dragons like after your very first dragon, and yet here we are. We haven't run into a single dragon until now. After the fact that we faced Alduin, and now it's like, oh, I'm here to fight you now. Oh, did he just like... Oh my god, I never changed it back from Whirlwind Sprint. There's another dragon soul for you, boy. It's a blood dragon. Okay, he's a blood dragon, but he's spewing frickin'... Oh, this is not good. But he's spewing frickin' frost. I want those dragon bones, but I won't be able to carry them. Which actually kind of sucks. You know what it is, though? It is mostly all this stuff that I'm carrying. All the extra stuff. The iron, the ingots and the gems and everything. Drop those. That's a pound. And it's all these. I mean, look at how many potions I have. And not all of them I really need. You know, like the draft of glibness. You can store that away. There's the resistance ones are definitely like something I would need. Restoration spells. I don't use the rest of it. Cure disease. Stops poisons continuing effects. Target is 17% weaker for frost damage. Healing, health, magicka. See, I don't even use magic either. Like that's a big deal. Like I tend to sell those, but you know what? I'll store them. Healing, stamina for sure. Resist cold, fire. Like resisting magic is such a good idea. I need those. How many stamina potions I have, dude? 36 at half a pound. It's a lot, man. Blocking. I mean, yeah, I could block. One-handed weapons, don't use them. I'm just storing these into the light armor skill. Okay. I'm storing these in the dragon. The ebony boots. I guess I could. You see, like this, I wanted to sell. Well, I mean, I wanted to see if I could disenchant it first, then I could sell it. Same thing with this. I'm going to get like 45 pounds added on here. There's this. But, I mean, there's no way I'm going to get that value. That's the problem. I'm never going to get that value for it. I do know that these dragon bones, they're always going to be here. I think they're persistent. So if I want to come back and get those things back, then I can. So I think now we're going to start seeing more dragons pop up because now we've passed that point. I just thought that that point would have been passed after my first dragon, but we haven't seen a single dragon this entire playthrough. I just realized 49 episodes in and we just started seeing dragons out in the world again. That's kind of nuts. I didn't realize that that was what triggered it. I mean, what are the odds that I face off against a dragon that Alduin just brought back, and then going down the pathway out, I face another dragon? What are the odds? Who knows? Oh, look at that color, man. Just look at that color. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Orange and pink. Ah, the game still looks good, man. Still looks good in my opinion. All right, so we have to get back to the mountain. Okay. Technically, I guess I could go down this way. It would be a lot faster. I think that's where we're going to go because we need to go to... I think we actually need to go, yeah, like Grey Winter Watch... I could have swore it wasn't Helgen. Maybe it was Riverwood that I just go up Riverwood and boom, there's the stairs. I don't know. We'll have to see. Got another Stormcloak camp on the way. Let's go down. Let's go down this pathway here. It'll be a lot faster. Nice little shortcut. Ah, man. Could be a long trip. But we get to see some beautiful scenery along the way. Worst part is we're only about 30 minutes in and I'm out of my drink. Sad panda. I had a fun time tonight. We went bowling with the coworkers. It was fun, as always. I did awful. Second game was best game. I got like 155. Second game or third game I got 130. First game I got 123. I'm bowling with a lane ball. I need my own bowling ball. Just doesn't feel good to bowl with a lane ball. It's not set to my fingers. So my ring finger's knuckle always ends up getting very sore by the end of it because it's constantly just banging up against the hole. Yeah, there's a dragon out in the distance. Now dragons are going to start spawning in. Man, I had no idea. I'm not going to lie. I had no clue. There's a bear. That was the point in the game where dragons will start spawning. And that's fine with me. I need to start collecting some bones. Whoa! Okay, alright. Arnea, you need to stop throwing our enemies across the frickin' field, man. Come on. Don't be so ridiculous. Wait, isn't this? No. No, we're fine. I could have swore there was a town. Yeah, right here, right here. There it is. Iverstead. That's right. It was Iverstead that I had to go to. I thought I could actually... Maybe there is a... Oh, I can't rotate it, but... Yeah, you could see this right here. It looks like there's a lot shorter way to get up to the top to get to High Hrothgar. Because I remember having to go up Iverstead, or going through Iverstead, but now I'm looking at the map, I'm like, there's literally a pathway that goes directly to the steps. Or directly to High Hrothgar. So I'm going to go down across here, and then down over there. And we shall do that. is why I need a mini map. This is why this game needs a mini map. Maybe there's a mod that can do that. I don't know. I didn't look into it. I always said I was going to, but I never did. Yeah, I'm getting some slowdown here. We're looking at probably about 40-ish FPS, maybe 30. I knew I was going to get some slowdown once, you know, things started getting into thicker foliage and whatnot. Looks good to me, though. I don't care if it drops frames. Still very playable. Found me? You were looking for me? So I slightly move forward and boom. Ooh. Oh, we're looking at the Iceman's butt. That was unfortunate. Whoa, Delphine, what the hell?
What is it?
I could ask you the same thing. Wait. Whoa. Why are you coming from that direction? Did she go all the way around this way? Wow. That's some dedication right there. What the hell? She just went around the other way. What? Why? She came with me the short way. I wanna, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna discover this area real quick. Discover. Thank you. Fort Amel. Which, if heard incorrectly, could sound like anal. Oof. Man, these trees make it dark in here. I know, the sun's going down or whatever, but it's still like, even during a sunny day, the trees will make it dark. Thank you, Skyrim Flora Overhaul. One of the best mods on the market for sure. It just it fills out the world, you know? Without this mod, this game feels very lacking in foliage. I will stand still and beat your ass. I missed entirely. You were stepping away. See, so I could maybe take these steps here, but I am actually going to go... Yeah, see, you see this right here? This path right here goes right up to the steps. And it does honestly look like I could just go up this way from the ritual stone. So I'm going to keep going. I want to see where this goes. I tried out... I was getting some footage for my Battlefield 2042 review. Yes, review. I know. I don't really do reviews very much. But I just felt the need to do a review on this one because I never did like a first impressions thing. And I was getting footage of Battlefield 3 because, you know, little sneak peek. I fully believe that Battlefield 2042 looks about as good as Battlefield 3, which is a 10-year-old game at this point. So that's not good. It's good for Battlefield 3, but it's not good for 2042. 10 years of graphical innovation, and it still looks like a 10-year-old game. It's weird. It's not good. But anyway, so I was getting that, and I decided to play with a controller. And it's not easy because it doesn't have aim assist, but I was actually doing pretty well. And I think it was because I'm used to 2042 not having great aim assist, so I always have to compensate for the aim. And I was surprised. I'm like, man, I'm actually doing a lot better. Like, I was like, I don't know, top 20 in kills and deaths, you know, KD ratio. I was kind of blown away. Isn't this like the the Valtheim towers? Yeah. But okay, we get to here and then we got to take a left. I don't think I've ever actually visited those ritual stones. Oh, look, they respawned. Oh, I'm not lost, trust me. No music. Interesting. Thank you. So anyway, so I was surprised that I actually did pretty well with the controller on PC. The hardest part is that there is no, unlike console on Battlefield 3, there is no tap L3 or at least push L3 once and you just sprint the whole time. Unfortunately, that function is not built into the game. However, you can double tap forward and that is sprint. And you can just hold it and it won't, like, you won't have to hold down L3. You just hold the left stick forward after hitting it twice in a row, like double tapping it. But that's not very easy to do in a tight situation. Like when you want to get out of a situation, it's just easier to hold L3 to sprint. But if you're like going across longer distances, yeah, it's actually pretty handy. But I was surprised that I did as well as I did on without aim assist. So I guess I can play an FPS without some aim assist. All right, so here's the turnoff. But not a whole lot of aim, not a whole lot of, like, you know, without aim assist. I'm like, I still have my problems. It's still not that easy, but it's getting a lot easier for me to do. All right, so the path isn't very obvious here. I hate the zoom in on this. Yeah, you see this? There's no pathway there. It goes up and over like this. But I wonder if I can at least, you know, cut across here. Yeah, these days, you know, I used to be pretty decent on Battlefield on PC. Battlefield 4 was my main game. Well, Battlefield 3 was technically back in the day because I had to sell my consoles, so I had to practice. BF3 was my game, and then Battlefield 4 came out, and I was just all about that. And, you know, I could still play it to an extent, but I think the only FPS that I could really play well with the keyboard and mouse these days without feeling like I'm just terrible is Overwatch. And, you know, that could be difficult in its own way, but, I mean, I play Moira. She's not terribly... You don't have to be terribly accurate with her. But I find that Overwatch is really the only FPS that I can play on keyboard and mouse that I don't feel terrible playing it. It seems like even Battlefield these days, I'm just more used to the controller. It's just easier for me. And that's not because of aim assist, okay? It's just simply because of what I got used to it after a long period of just constantly playing on console. You know, I started moving away from PC. You know, it's sad because I really enjoyed tinkering around with graphics settings, and I still do. You know, still want to see what my rig is capable of. But games were constantly being released in the worst kind of state, especially for PC. It just never worked correctly. You know, especially for my rig. I felt as though my rig should have been able to handle it. Okay, so actually, should have started heading up. Probably about here. I don't think it's gonna be possible though. I don't think that's gonna be possible at all. So that's why you go to Iverstead, because there is no actual way to get up the mountain. Maybe I could try and force it though. Yeah, you see this? It stops you immediately, but you can sort of. Nope. Nope, it's over. All right. So we have to go to Iverstead. That kind of sucks. And I'm not willing to try and find the spots where I can jump up because that could probably take longer than just going to Iverstead. Anyway, so companies started releasing worse and worse like literal ports. They're not making native versions for PC for the most part anymore. They're building for the consoles and then porting over to PC. And a lot of the time, the ports ended up being awful. Unless it's just on PC, very few games are actually just being made properly for PC. And so I'd had enough. I was like, you know what, screw it. And then eventually I started gaining my consoles back, and I went right back to console, and I love it. Because you put in the game, and 95% of the time, it just works. You put it in, and it works. Or you start it up, and it works. The performance is what the performance is, but they've set it, they've worked it so that it works on that system. Unlike PC, where there's hundreds of different configurations of CPU, of GPU, RAM amount, speed, hard drive, and SSD. There's hundreds of different configurations that could come up. It's hard to account for all those permutations. But with console, it's just one set of hardware. So it's easy to work with. And therefore, easier to play with. What is happening right now? What is that? I've never seen that before. I thought somebody was firing like... What's happening? What is this? What are you? Hello? I've never seen this before. Hello? Can I attack it? Apparently it's a soul. Oh my god, it is. I didn't expect to actually like attack it and actually have something happen. Holy crap. Oh, this is like different. I've never seen this before. Wisp Mother. What is that? What? That was creepy. I'm not gonna lie, that was a bit like on the creepy side. Like, what are they doing? What the hell was going on here? Some sort of weird ritual or something? Or all right, Iverstead. Wrong button. Iverstead's across the river, but I'd have to. Yeah, screw it. I'll just go across. I don't know if Arnea will follow me. She might. She might not. She probably won't. There's a troll. I mean, was he looking for me? Did he see me? Or is he just like, just gonna run away? Anyway. Yeah. Console's just easier. And cheaper, by the way. Okay? I love building PCs. It's one of my favorite things to do. And if I ever get a chance to build a PC for somebody, I will 100% do it. That is my bread and butter. I love building PCs. However, console is just cheaper. You pay for one system, obviously, but you pay for the whole system.
I know your sights are set beyond us now.
You know, PS5, for example, $500. $500 system, and guess what? I get a baller ass GPU, 10 teraflop GPU in it. I get a 8-core equivalent 8-core CPU with 16, I think 16 gigs of RAM. Could be wrong there. Don't quote me on that. For $500, and it plays games at even if it's upscaled, it plays games at 4K. I mean, come on, dude. You can't ask for anything better than that. Or plays games at 1440p or whatever resolution they want at 60 FPS. It's just such a perfect deal. And some games like Fallout, like Fortnite, like Call of Duty Warzone. I'm not even sure if Battlefield supports this. It might, I think. Battlefield 2042. But they come out with keyboard and mouse support. So if you want, like, or Final Fantasy 14, another great example. So if you want to play with keyboard and mouse, you have the option. It's there. You know, for PC people who want to move over to console and like there's some of their favorite games are like Warzone, you can easily just plug in a keyboard and mouse and the game supports it. I think Xbox supports keyboard and mouse natively more than PS5 does. I know PS5 it has to be per game. PS5 does support keyboard. It doesn't support mouse. It's got no web browser, so it's kind of impossible to try. But for the most part, you know, let me quick save before I die. If I die. Trolls are kind of annoying. Never mind, we're fine. There she is. Glad you could join me. But yeah, I just fell in love with console again, specifically PlayStation, because I've been a PlayStation fan since PS1. I had an original. Me and my brothers had an original, I should say. I didn't personally have an original. And then when that one kind of broke, we got the PS1. Keep in mind, there was two types. There was PlayStation and then PS1. PS1 was the slimmer, whiter version. Smaller as well. And then from there, it was just PlayStation basically all day. I mean, we started out with Nintendo, then Super Nintendo. We did have a ColecoVision. That was interesting. But that's all we knew before Nintendo came out. Well, that's not true. Nintendo actually came out like before we even got it. Obviously. I mean, that's a stupid statement. I'm going to adjust myself in the chair here. That's a stupid statement. You know what I mean? I think Nintendo came out, the original NES came out in... What was it, 89? I think we got it maybe a year or two after it came out. Our uncle got it for us. Then, of course, we got Super Nintendo in 95. We got the PlayStation not too long after that. And then we were just PlayStation ever since. Granted, okay, I had a Game Boy original, or Game Boy Pocket, excuse me. Original Game Boy Pocket. It was the see-through version, which I still have. And then I got an advanced SP. And then I got a Nintendo DS. And that was the last Nintendo system I owned. Thinking about getting a Switch. Would love to get the Switch OLED just because OLED screens you can't beat it. However, I do kind of want to wait to see what they do with the next iteration of Nintendo Switch. Or whatever they're planning on doing to compete. But when you think about it, Nintendo doesn't really need to compete with PlayStation and Xbox. They got their own thing going. They do. And they're successful with it. So they don't really need to compete. They're competing in their own way. You know, they could literally just beat PlayStation and Xbox at a different game. Not their own game, but a different one. And that is just simply by selling a system that plays excellent games, because that's what sells consoles, software. All these companies take a hit on the hardware because they're trying to make it affordable. You think everybody was able to afford a PS3 when it came out? Hell no. That system was $600. It was unheard of at the time. No console had been sold for $600. The comparable thing to get during the PS3 era was a Blu-ray player, and that was $1,000. So you could save yourself $400 and get a Blu-ray player, but also get something that played games. That was the trade-off. I, of course, basically traded in every game I knew, every game I owned, which was stupid because I used to own all the Splinter Cells, all the Ghost Recons, all the Rainbow Sixes. I had all the SOCOMs. I still have all the SOCOMs now. I bought them back, but I basically sold every game I had, and then my brother covered like $100 for like a birthday present, and I was able to get a PS3. Oh yeah, I sacrificed a lot to get a PS3 because at the time I wasn't going to be able to get it. Not with my own money. So, you know, anyway, I got sidetracked. Bottom line is I've been PlayStation for very many years. A long time. And I don't plan on stopping now. I do feel as though they missed the opportunity to do what Microsoft did with the Xbox Series consoles and make it backwards compatible. And I'm talking full backwards compatibility. Granted, okay, Microsoft doesn't have as many generations of their consoles as PlayStation does, but can you imagine a PS5 that could play all the way back to PS1? Disc and everything? Are you kidding me? They think they have a shortage now. People would actually pay scalpers the absurd amount of money that they're selling the consoles for just to be able to have that capability of playing every game from the PlayStation 1 up. Sony PlayStation 5 would be the greatest console of all time.
You've retrieved the horn of Jürgen Wunderkamp.
I did.
Well done. You have now passed all the trials.
Oh, that was the last one, huh?
Come with me. It is time for us to recognize you formally as Dragonborn. You are ready to learn the final word of unrelenting force.
There we go.
Da, which means push.
I didn't realize that they were the ones who gave me all the words to Fusroda. He looked fat from the back. Not there. Where am I going? Where are you guys going? Am I going this way? I guess I'll just wait till you guys go. Arne, get out of the way. Let these men walk. They're men of great importance. The Greybeards. I honestly didn't remember that they gave me all the words.
This shout is much more powerful. Use it wisely.
Yeah, but it's not the shout that I'm using.
We would speak to you. Stand between us and prepare yourself.
You didn't even let me get really dead center, man. I'm kind of put off by the fact that I'm not dead center. You're really just not. They spoke at me. Hey, three of you aren't putting your arms up. There you go.
Dovahki, you have tasted the voice of the Greybeards and passed through unscathed.
That's usually what happened.
Open to you.
Yeah, but you guys don't have much going on up here. You're kind of like boring old men. Like, what do you got going, man? What do you do for fun?
Your training proceeds well, Dragonborn. We spoke the traditional words of greeting to a Dragonborn who has accepted our guidance. The same words were used to greet the young Talos when he came to High Hrothgar before he became the Emperor Tiber Septim. Ah, I sometimes forget you are not versed in the dragon tongue as we are. This is a rough translation.
Okay, cool.
Long has the storm-crowned language
I've never actually asked him this question before.
proud to sit upon.
I just kind of left after they spoke at me.
Bestow it now to you in the name of Kain, in the name of Shor, and in the name of Atmora of old. You are Ismir now, the dragon of the north. Hearken to it.
Cool. I never actually asked him these questions. I just left after they spoke at me. Why are there dragons returning? Does it have something to do with me?
No doubt, the appearance of a dragonborn at this time is not an accident. Your destiny is surely bound up with the return of the dragons. You should focus on honing your voice, and soon your path will be made clear. There is indeed much that we know that you do not. That does not mean that you are ready to understand it. Do not let your easy mastery of the voice tempt you into the arrogance of power. That has been the downfall of many Dragonborn before you.
Okay.
Dragons have the inborn ability to learn and project their voice. Dragons also are able to absorb the power of their slain brethren. A few mortals are born with similar abilities. Whether a gift or a curse has been a matter of debate down through the centuries. What you have already learned in a few days took even the most...
A few days, he says. It's been years.
Some believe that Dragonborn are sent into the world by the gods at times of great need. We will speak more of that later, when you are ready.
I'm ready now, Master.
Dragons have always been able to shout. Language is intrinsic to their very being. There is no difference in the dragon tongue between debating and fighting. Shouting comes as naturally to a dragon as breathing or speaking. In mythic times, when mortal kind was in great need, the goddess Kinnereth granted us the ability to speak as dragons do. For most people, long years of training are required to learn even the simplest shout. But for you, the dragon speech is in your blood, and you learn it almost without effort.
That's good.
5. Our leader, Partanax, lives alone on the peak of the throat of the world. When your voice can open the path, you will know you are ready to speak to him.
Pretty sure I already spoke to him.
As I said, you will know you are ready when your voice can open the path to him.
Maybe not.
We study the way of the voice according to the teachings of our founder, Jürgen Windcorner. Very few
Oh, I know him.
to study with us here.
Played cards with him every Saturday.
But in your case, Dragonborn, it is a privilege to guide you towards mastery of your voice.
Ah, yes, master of my voice.
He was a great war leader of the ancient Nords, master of the voice, or tongue. After the disaster at Red Mountain, where the Nord army was annihilated, he spent many years pondering the meaning of that terrible defeat. He finally came to realize that the gods had punished the Nords for their arrogant and blasphemous misuse of the voice. He was the first to understand that the voice should be used solely for the glory and worship of the gods, not the glory of men. Jürgen
Smart man.
Windcorner's mastery of the voice eventually overcame all opposition, and the way of the voice was born.
The way of the voice.
The voice was a gift of the goddess Kinnereth at the dawn of time. She gave mortals the ability to speak as dragons do. Although this gift has often been misused, the only true use of the voice is for the worship and glory of the gods. True mastery of the voice can only be achieved when your inner spirit is in harmony with your outward actions. In the contemplation of the sky, Kinnereth's domain, and the practice of the voice, we strive to achieve this balance. The Dragonborn is an exception to all the rules. The dragon blood itself is a gift of the gods. If we accept one gift, how can we deny the other? As Dragonborn, you have received the ability to shout directly from Akatosh. We therefore seek to guide you on the proper use of your gift, which transcends the restrictions which bind other mortals.
Okay. I think I already asked him about the graybeards.
You have learned so much already, Dragonborn. Growing your gift too quickly would be dangerous. But there are many words of power in Skyrim, carved in the dragon tongue. Even from here we can feel the thum resonate from them. Finding these lost words will be a sufficient test to temper your abilities with experience. Ask when you are ready to search. We have felt the whisper of a word. Give me your map and I will show you where its echo can be found.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That makes it a little bit easier to find more specific words, it seems.
Wind guide you.
Alrighty. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, we're gonna do that. Some miscellaneous. We're obviously not going to be doing miscellaneous stuff, but we are going to go back to Riverwood. Now, Dragonrend, I don't know if that's something that I learned towards the end of the game before I face off against Alduin or not, because it's the only thing that actually brings him down out of the sky. So I think eventually I have to learn it, whether through the main quest or otherwise, but I'm pretty sure the main quest will give it to me because, well, I have to know it in order to beat him. Oh, that's quick save. I'm kind of like, every time I get back into recording episodes for this, I just get really anxious about saving constantly because, well, you guys saw earlier, freaking game crashed. It crashed. It's like, what the hell? And it crashed at the most random time. So, you know, gotta be careful. I will quick save until my finger bleeds. If I know for a fact that my game will be saved. And I won't have to repeat many of the processes. And I do it every single time I continue, like, I start up recording again. Every single time. But if I was recording on a more regular basis, then I wouldn't have to worry about that now, would I? But what are you going to do? I kind of do enjoy doing videos, recording videos instead of streaming, probably to a much more greater degree than I thought, simply because I can just kind of keep rambling. Whereas with streaming, I feel like I have to talk for the sake of talking, because in case somebody does come in, you know, they hear me talking and maybe they'll hear me say something that they like or whatever. And so I have to kind of keep up that pace. Whereas this, I pretty much like say whatever comes to my brain. I don't know what it is. With live streaming, I feel like I have to interact with the game. You know, if it's a single player game, like an NPC says something stupid, like you guys hear me do it all the time in this series, where an NPC will say something and I think that something is stupid, and so I'll make fun of the NPC, even though obviously they can't hear me because that's nonsense. But I'll still do it anyway, acting like I'm that person talking to that NPC. And I'll do it here. But at least with these videos, I feel like there can be some moments of silence. Not that I can't do that with live streaming, but I don't know. Live streaming is just a different feeling. Whereas recording, I feel it's like more intimate, you know? I feel like I can kind of just talk to you guys potentially as like individuals. What is going on? Oh, there it is. Kind of just disappeared and then... I can kind of just talk to you guys, and maybe one of you will feel like, you know, I'm talking directly to you instead of just at you. I do kind of feel that connection, you know, like I'm having a conversation with just one person or just one of you, as opposed to tens of you, though I don't usually get that many viewers anyway. So when I stream, but you know what I mean? It kind of has that feeling to, went the wrong direction. I have to go this way. Kind of get that feeling of like having a one-on-one conversation as opposed to trying to talk to multiple people at the same time. And then of course, with streaming, you have the instant feedback of people putting comments in the chat and you having to respond to them. And, you know, when I'm responding to comments, or at least messages in the chat, I feel like I have to acknowledge it because I don't have a very big audience. So it's easier for me to acknowledge that a comment was made. Whereas on a video, I can kind of just, instead of like trying to hop from one question to another or one comment to another, I can just kind of ramble and just talk about whatever, like I am doing now. You know, I want thoughts to be triggered naturally rather than by somebody posting a comment in the chat. I don't know. I feel it's more me, more akin to my personality of just being able to talk to a wall. Thanks, Dad. I get it from him. As my mom always used to say, he could talk to a brick wall and it would just be fine. Like, it would be fine for him. Like, he'd be able to do it. And I think that's where I get it from. Just being able to just talk. Because I always have these thoughts. I always have thoughts. I have thoughts about a lot of things. But I'm not always able to just share them with somebody. If I'm like having a thought, and I'm a type of person who likes to speak out loud his thoughts. Like when I'm thinking, I think out loud. I like to think out loud of like say I'm trying to figure out a problem. I talk to myself, or at least I talk out loud, and people take that as me talking to myself to try and figure out the problem. I don't know why I'm going this way. Well, I guess it's not too bad. I can go this way and just take a right. And that's just the way I think, you know. I can think in my own head without saying a word, but it's harder for me to understand it unless I actually verbalize my thought process. And that's the biggest reason why I started doing this in the first place, because obviously back in the PS2 era, early 2000s, streaming and videos were really kind of sparse. You know, you couldn't really record videos unless you spent a ton of money on capture cards and stuff like that. Capture cards really weren't even that big of a, like, they weren't a thing, really. They were, but they weren't. They were only to those people who could afford them. But now they're plentiful, and once I realized that when I'm playing a video game, I tend to talk to myself a lot, I could turn it into something more useful. And so I always love doing podcasts, but I've never really been able to find somebody to do a podcast with that could sustain that type of quality, that type of project. And it sucks. I tried it with Dimitri, and we did it for a little while, and I started realizing that maybe this just isn't for him, because he wasn't like, he didn't act like he did in the first episode. He kind of just like started not wanting to do it. At least it seemed like he didn't want to do it. And I got that. And I told him, and I told him many times, I said, look, if you don't feel like this is for you, then by all means tell me. I'm not going to be hurt. It's not for everybody. And, you know, he finally, I got to him and said, I got through to him and finally got him to admit that it just wasn't for him. I'm like, hey, see, that wasn't that hard. It's okay. This isn't for everybody. This kind of stuff is just like niche. And while I was very against, because I have been recording videos since 2006, but I've really been recording videos since 2010 when Gamers Platform started. And so I guess technically I've only been really doing videos for, well, actually 11 years now. But technically my first videos were in 2006. And, you know, over the years I've been able to afford many different types of capture cards to be able to stream and, you know, show off many different types of games and systems. Dude, now I've got a red guard guy coming at me. Like, what is going on? We've got orc. So far, I've had an orc come at me, a nord, and now a red guard. Why am I getting attacked by random enemy types from different factions? This is very odd. Oh, good lord. Alright, well, they got a battle going on here. I guess I could help my Stormcloak brethren. Sorry, didn't mean to hit you. That was my bad. Alright, well, I helped, sort of. I guess I do have immersive patrols turned on. I didn't realize. Anyway, where am I going? Yeah, I'm okay. I do have to weave myself through here. So this isn't for everybody, and I've been doing it for a very long time. I've had multiple different types of capture cards, and I really do enjoy making videos. I mean, these days I make more technical videos, whereas back in the day when I started, it was a lot of Let's Play type videos like this. Though more, like, I don't know, shorter, straightforward. I don't know how to describe them. They weren't necessarily this long, and they didn't really have a theme to them. It was just me playing a game. Well, I guess technically I've always had a theme to my videos. Like, I used to have a video series called Daily Dosage, where every day I'd play a different game for, you know, half hour to an hour, and then I'd cut it together to kind of showcase the, you know, the amount of games that I had and the amount of games that you could play, you know, daily. Like, I had so many games, I could play a different game every day. But I then quickly realized that that was going to dry up real fast. I got up to 70 episodes, never released the 70th episode, which is upsetting, but it is what it is. Never released the 70th episode, and holy crap, dude. What happened here? You guys killed all these people, didn't you? Well, now you've got it coming to you. Mercy? Did you show them mercy when you put an axe in their back? I didn't think so. Anyway, like I was saying, so it's just a Khajiit caravan just probably trying to sell their goods. That's unfortunate. Sometimes I wonder if I come across something like this, whether I would have been able to prevent it if I actually like came across it before it happened. That's always a thought of mine. Anyway, so I realized that series wouldn't have worked because it just would have... Really? Where the hell were you when all the fighting started? What the... Where did these guys come from? There we go. That was weird. Anyway. So yeah, I realized that that series was not going to work because I was about to run out of games really quickly. And these days probably not so much. I've got like 500 games on my PS5 alone, which that includes PS4 and PS5 games. I've got probably 400 games on my PS3, a nice handful of PS2 games and PS1 games. So I could probably go for a while, probably about a year, maybe about 2 years if I'm lucky, if I was to just go through every single game. But I just realized that wasn't feasible, so my Let's Plays kind of turned into Blitzkrieg. Blitzkrieg was specifically centered around Blizzard Entertainment games, Diablo 3, World of Warcraft, StarCraft 2. And I liked that. I liked doing that one for a while, you know, and I personally think I kind of nailed it with that one prior to guys like PewDiePie and Spazzy, who basically took the same formula, who did the same thing eventually. They just took highlights or funny moments from their play sessions and then just turned it into the videos. Like, they obviously don't know who I am, but they essentially took my idea of cutting that stuff together. And it wasn't even my idea to begin with, no doubt. Like, I follow in the footsteps of like Rooster Teeth. You know, they're the originators of the Let's Play. And while their videos weren't like highlight videos, essentially what I like to call highlight videos, where you take a bunch of clips and then just, you know, kind of cut them together of different moments that were funny or awesome or something like that. They started it, and then I just kind of turned it into my own thing, where I did do that. I took clips, mostly funny clips, and then just put them all together, cut them together, and see, if she wasn't here, I'd be dead 10 times over. And then I just took funny clips and just put them together. And those are my highlight reels. I really haven't made too many of them, but I do have a lot of highlight clips that I need to put together that I can make a lot of videos out of. So really should start doing that, because I got plenty. Got plenty of them. I'm just lazy. And it's not that I don't want to put them together. They're pretty easy to kind of just slice together. I know that I'm going to run out of clips eventually. I'm guessing right now, I'm probably going to run out around maybe 10 highlight videos, and then that'll be it. And then I'll have to get new clips. But that kind of stuff doesn't happen that often during stream. I mean, I even thought about doing a whole new series called Battlefield, and not spelled the same way. I'm talking BADDLEFIELD. So, like, as in bad, like I'm bad or the game's bad or something like that. And I got a few clips. I got a few clips specifically of Battlefield. Battlefield 1, Battlefield 2042, I think Battlefield 4. But at the same time, if I do that, some of the clips are actually good. It's like, oh man, that was an awesome moment or something like that. So it would kind of contradict the name of the show or the name of the series. So I don't know if I'll do that.
Good to see a familiar face so far from home.
I don't know if I'll do that. But I definitely still want to keep making more highlight videos. Those are fun to make.
I don't think you were followed. Come on, I have a plan.
No, I definitely wasn't followed. I'd know if I was followed, except for my follower who's following me.
I figured out how we're going to get you into the Thalmor embassy.
I'm going to be a chef.
That would be a bad idea, and be too likely to attract the wrong kind of attention. They don't know you at all yet. The Thalmor ambassador, Alduin, regularly throws parties where the rich and connected cozy up to the Thalmor.
Why is there always thunder when I'm talking to her?
Once you're inside the embassy, you can get away and find Alduin's secret files. I have a contact inside the embassy. He's not up for this kind of high-risk mission, but he can help you. His name is Malborn. Wood elf. Plenty of reason to hate the Thalmor. You can trust him.
I'm a wood elf.
I'll get word for him to meet you.
Nice.
While you're doing that, I'll work on getting you
I didn't even answer your question.
Meet me at the Solitude stables after you've arranged things with Malborn. Any questions? Don't worry about Malborn. He's not a dangerous character like you.
I'm dangerous, yeah.
Thalmor at least as much as I do. He's a wood elf. The Thalmor wiped out his family back in Valenwood during one of their purges that we never hear about. Luckily, they don't know who
That's
he
messed up.
is, or he wouldn't be serving drinks at the ambassador's parties.
I guess not.
Let me handle that. You'll have a real invitation, don't worry. As long as you can act the part of a Thalmor toady, you'll get past the guards. That's when the fun starts. You'll have to slip away from the party without raising an alarm. Then you'll need to find Elenwen's office and search her files. Malborn should be able to point you in the right direction.
Okay.
Sounds good. Be careful.
Interesting. Okay, well.
What? Something you're still confused?
No, shut up. Go away. Time to be on our way to Solitude, then. This is where we pose as a chef. Or, I believe, the chef. Or, what's the name of this person? Damn it. I'm blanking for some reason. The gourmet. There we go. The chef known as the gourmet. Or Le Gourmet, or whatever. Le Gourmet? I don't know. It's, wow. I keep forgetting how far away Solitude is. Okay. We're going to go, obviously, the main road. We're going to go up this way. And then when we hit the four-way, we go left. And then we just follow that main road for the most part. Oh. All right, let's quick save just in case. Yeah. So yeah, a little bit of a history. Dude, I don't remember what I've talked about throughout this entire series. It's been 49 episodes over the last 3 years, and I have no idea what I've spoken of. So forgive me if I'm repeating myself. I tend to do that a lot, actually. But I thought that was a nice little bit of history for you guys. You know, I started off and, you know, doing little mashup videos, and now here I am doing first impressions, which, you know, I was always against the whole reaction video thing. I'm like, that's just easy. That's too easy. There's no creativity in it. But then I started doing them myself, and I'm like, honestly, this is actually kind of fun. I'm not going to lie. It's fun to look at. Oh, speaking of Thalmor, whatever. Then I started to realize that it actually is a lot of fun. Like, mine's a little different, but only slightly. I'm not really an expert on technical things. You know, what types of graphics are being used or graphic techniques are being used and stuff like that. I've just learned what I've learned from like Digital Foundry and other tech YouTubers who know more about what they're talking about. And I just kind of like started recognizing what certain things are. Oh my God, Rayloff is still here. Okay, well, he's broken then. Anyway. So that's really where that came from. So that's why I called my reaction series Technical Reactor, because I'm reacting mostly to the technical side of the game. Although, like, say I look at a game and I'm really excited about it, I'll mention it, but I'll also try and look at like the graphics, the techniques that they're using to produce those graphics. So I'm really kind of a little bit more in depth than most other reaction videos. At least I think so. I take a look at the tech side of things rather than just, oh, that's cool sort of reaction. So I do those. I do first impression videos because those are actually, I think, personally, and this is my personal opinion, you know, a lot of people do reviews. I don't do reviews that much. I did a few, but I just find that, yes, it does take a lot of work to do those, and that's fine. But at the same time, can I steal one of these? Yeah. I don't know where the guys are that own these horses, but... Horses? Horses. But I don't want to test it. I assume they're in the tower. Well, anyway. Reviews. I don't finish games frequently enough in order to do reviews. I guess would be my best excuse, because it really honestly is. I have 500 games in my PlayStation library between PS4 and PS5, and I've finished maybe 10% of them. That's not a joke. Some of them I've already finished on like other systems. So like Saints Row the Third, Saints Row 4, finished those on PS3 or PC. I think PC actually. But I finished them on a different system, so I'm not really... But I bought them again because I really enjoyed those games, and I definitely plan on playing them again. So that's why they're in... That's why I have them. But then there's, like, tons of other games like .hack GU. We've got an assassin coming up here. I can see him right there. You know, I did just pass by... Crap. I did just pass by Whiterun. You know what? I'm going to go to Whiterun. I'm going to put my Dragon Bones away. I'm going to put those away. Save myself some freaking weight here. You know, my smithing is not up to snuff, so there's no way I'm going to be able to put them to use, but maybe eventually. Anyway, so, you know, I really, and when I do watch reviews that other people do, I go, man, those people are so creative with their words. I wish I could be like that, but the reason that I don't write scripts, I've done scripts, I think twice, maybe. Yeah, twice. And the reason I don't do them is because although I would love to be an actor, and actors have to read scripts, the 2 scripts that I have written, not very good. And it wasn't the writing, it was the fact that I could hear myself reading it in my head, but I couldn't seem to reproduce what I was hearing in my own head coming out of my mouth. I couldn't seem to figure out how to say it properly, or at least say it the way that I wanted to. And yes, with a recording, I could easily just do multiple takes, so on and so forth. But that's not me. I want to get it done, get it out, you know? I want to get it done. And so I find that I'm just naturally so much better at just talking on the fly. That's why my review coming up of Battlefield 2042, which I don't normally do reviews, keep in mind, that's why I do first impression videos, because one, I truly believe that if a game is good within the first hour, it should have your attention. If it doesn't have your attention, or it's not good in the first hour, it's not good. And I know that's a harsh thing to do, but that's, I mean, it's like reading a book. If you read a book and the first sentence is like trash, or the first like the epilogue is just not grasping you, you're not going to keep reading that book, are you? No, it's boring. Or it's just poorly written or something. Something doesn't meld with what you expected. And I think the same should be said. You know, they say never judge a book by its cover, but you can certainly judge it by its epilogue. I think that's fair. And so I do the same thing with video games. I judge them based on whether or not they grasp my attention within the first hour or so. And I think that's fair. Oh, my God. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Boy, you know, this is the most that this game has crashed ever, I think, in one sitting. I'm not even joking. I think it's only twice, but like, I don't recall this game ever crashing twice in a row. I don't know. This is what you get when you mess with mods, man. This is what you get when you mod a game, because it's possible that it could not meld right. And the game was just recently updated to the Anniversary Edition, and so some of my mods may not be working correctly entirely. I know SKSE is it has a preliminary build. It doesn't have a full build yet, so that might be causing some issues. I'm not sure, but let's try this again. And I'm not saying this doesn't happen on console. Console can absolutely crash, but it's less likely to do so. And like I said, I wish I just played this on console. I have a less likelihood of the game crashing on console. One, because I probably wouldn't be using mods. Or I might, I don't know. But two, because it's console. It's just set up that way. All right, I'm going to put this. Oh, it's a quest item. Oh. What about that? That and that. Okay, good. All right, so these potions, man, they're taking up most of the space. Have I done this one already? It's already got a map marker. That's quest item. Delphine's secret door. I honestly don't know when I need those keys. They don't weigh anything, so it doesn't matter, though. Yeah, all these gems, all the jewels, the diamonds, certainly the bones. I mean, the jewels only weigh 0.1 pounds, so it's really not that much. The ingots, for sure. Put those away. Those are a pound apiece. Mayrune's razor. Oh. Yeah, I think I need that. Yeah, I can't put that away. Okay, good. Just want to make sure. These are quest items. Look at how many lockpicks I have. Holy crap. Ivory Claw is a quest item. I don't know what quest it is. There's the Ruby Claw, which is a quest item. All right, we're back down to 226. And that, I think, is just predominantly the amount of potions that I'm carrying. I really only need health and stamina potions, but you never know where you're going to need those resist potions. Facing off against a boss and whatnot, it would be handy. All right. Hey. You don't got COVID, do you? I heard that cough. Doggy? Where's my kid? Out there it is. There's the dog. Where's my kid? Pretty sure I have an adopted daughter somewhere. She probably went out and did a bunch of stuff. Who knows? So anyway, as I was saying, I do enjoy doing first impression videos simply because, well, you guys get my genuine first reaction to playing a video game, a brand new video game, whether it's just released or it's something that's just brand new to me. I could genuinely do first impression videos on just about every game that I own, or I should say like 85 to 90% of them. But generally, I do tend to stream those. So my first impressions of those are really... I try to do first impressions on literally just released brand new games. I just think it's... Well, it's better because... Why are these rocks green? What is happening right now? Everything's green. You see this? They're weirdly green. Oh, man. Is that a mod going haywire? Because those are supposed to be gray, not green. Maybe it's the sun. Something about the light that's causing an issue. I don't know. Anyway. Maybe it's my perception. I don't know. It doesn't look so green in the capture card window, but it looks green to me. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. That's green. That's gray. Huh. Anyway. So, yeah, that's why I like doing first impression videos, because it's just, one, it's easier content to get out, okay? I can record it in an afternoon, render it, and get it out. Same thing with the technical reactor videos. But the stuff that takes time to make, not this. This is also quite easy to make. I spend 2 hours recording. You guys spend 2 hours probably not even watching, maybe listening, kind of like a podcast, with Skyrim as a background. And then I just put it up. But I do have... This review video for 2042 will take some editing. This will actually take some work, which I'm okay with, obviously. I wouldn't be doing this if I hated it. But it takes time to put together, you know? And I know that I'm not on a regular upload schedule because I don't care. I don't think that I should be on a regular... I should record... And it's not that I guess maybe saying I don't care is not the right phrase. It's more or less, I am not beholden to YouTube's algorithm. I refuse to bow to the will of their machine. And I know that sounds very like how utopian of me, but it's true. I think it's pathetic that some people just feel like they have to kill themselves over pleasing some stupid computer program that YouTube, for some reason, thought was a good idea. Instead of giving people, I don't know, jobs, they say to a computer, oh, you know what you should do, actually? You should... See, now the rocks look normal. What is going on? Anyway, instead of giving people jobs, that armor is dope, dude. I want that armor. And having those people go through, I mean, they would have to hire a bunch of people because there's just too much content being uploaded every minute. So I understand the creation of the algorithm, but I feel as though it basically holds people hostage to their job of being a content creator. And so there's a dragon in the distance there, and he's looping. I wonder if that's just because he's so far out, or if he actually is broken. He might actually be broken. I don't adhere to that algorithm anymore. I don't. I think it's ridiculous. I used to try to do like, 3 or 4 times a week uploads. There's just not enough. Like, I don't have enough ideas in the world to make content like that. And then I subscribe to a few channels, Actman, Russian Badger, where they don't upload all the time. They upload maybe every couple of weeks. Russian Badger used to be like once a month because he had a day job, a regular day job like I do. I obviously upload a lot less than that, but I don't particularly care to hold myself to this algorithm. Oh. Another one of those things? Really? What's happening? What the hell's going on now? Is there another dragon that's going to be summoned? Because I'm all in. Well, that dragon in the distance is glitching out. Can I step on this? Yeah, this is where... Oh. Here he comes. Here he comes. Come on now. Yeah, I know you're coming here. Is that Alduin? Is he going to summon another dragon from the burial ground? I don't remember this at all. Yeah, it's Alduin. That's pretty cool, man. That I come to this and he's just like, I'm going to summon another dragon for you to fight. I've never seen this before. When did this start becoming a thing? Seriously, I need to know. When did this start becoming a thing where Alduin just flies around resurrecting dragons from the dead? Dude, this is so cool. This is so boss. All right. Yeah, he is dead. Shut up. Wait, is that his? Aranea, is that your familiar or is that his? So I'm going to guess that I'm going to come across these burial sites and Alduin's just going to show up. That's what I'm going to assume, is that he's going to show up and resurrect dragons for me. Which is it's pretty cool, not going to lie. All right, so I can actually go either way. I can go over here, though that looks a little bit more tedious to go that direction, because then I'd have to break off over here and then go all the way around, or I can just go up this road here, which is a lot easier. And then just go all the way up over here to Dragon Bridge. We are running pretty low on time, though. We're only looking at about another 10 minutes or so. Anyway, like I was saying, I don't feel myself beholden to the algorithm. I don't. Because guys like Actman and guys like Russian Badger, they've, and Veritasium and Vsauce, those guys don't upload all the time, yet they get millions of views. And I'm not saying I'm getting millions of views. I'm not even getting hundreds. I'll be lucky if I get tens of views. But those tens of views are better than nothing, and I like it, actually. I love getting even just double digits. I'm okay with that. Because I know that I at least made a video that I felt like making. And there was one time where Angry Joe was saying, like, he was going on vacation and he told people that, and he tried to, you know, make a schedule of when he was going to upload his next video or something like that, and people were really stingy about it, and they were like holding him to it. They were like, you said you were going to make this. This is the time at which you, and then they got pissed off at him when he didn't make the video on time. And it's like, yeah, that wasn't a good idea to do that, to tell people like you were, oh, I'm going to make this video by this time. That's a bad idea, because then people actually take your word for it. And then he said something that I've been trying to hold on to ever since I heard him say it, which is, don't force your, this is paraphrasing, but don't force yourself to make something just for the sake of making it. Actually feel creative. Make something when you feel the need to be creative. Don't make something just because you need to appease the algorithm or appease a group of people or something. It should be creative. That's why we're called content creators, not content producers. You know, people who upload every single day, or at least 3 to 4 times a day or a week, which is what YouTube suggests. Because apparently YouTube doesn't even like it when you upload more than 1 video a day, which is very strange to me. But you know, the people that upload every day and like almost never take a break, those are content producers, in my opinion, if you want to call them anything. Yes, they're being productive. They're putting content out. Sometimes the content might be good, but it's devoid of any creativity. And I think that's what's most important. I know that's what's most important to me. If I don't feel like what I'm doing is something that I want to do instead of what I feel like I have to do, then it's not fulfilling. And that sucks. I'm telling you right now, that RAM video, that's the most popular video on my channel. And all I did was put a camera in my face and talked about something that I was messing around with. That's it. It was the most low production video I've ever made. One of them. And I couldn't believe how many views it got. It kind of just blew up out of nowhere. I was just, I'm still beside myself. To this day, I'm still beside myself at how bad that video was, but how popular it became for my channel. Over 200,000 views, and all I did was put a camera in my face and talk a little bit about what I was messing around with. It's like, hey, can you actually mix 2 different types of RAM? Yes, you can. I really shouldn't say types. It was more of like, because a type of RAM is like DDR2, DDR3, DDR4. They're more of like different kinds of RAM. If you want to, like, could you put 2 different frequencies together? Could you put 2 different brands together? You know, that sort of thing. Saying it was different types of RAM was inaccurate, because it was the same type. It was DDR3, but it was 2 different brands with 2 different frequencies, 2 different timings, you know, that sort of thing. That is, I mean, I just didn't know how else to title it, though. Is it types, or is it, what do I call it? Different brands, different speeds of RAM? I mean, it's just, I couldn't figure out what to say, so I just said types. But it started out at like 21 views. It was there for a long time, and then it just, out of nowhere. I don't know how, I don't know why. Just all of a sudden, everybody was wondering the same thing. Can you actually mix 2 different types of RAM? And in my opinion, I gave the basic answer, yes, you can. But there are very specific things that you need to look out for. Like the speed, like the frequency, like the timings. But for the most part, when you're putting 2 different sticks of RAM together, the motherboard will take care of everything. You almost never have to worry about it. Because the motherboard will use what it needs to use when it needs to use it. So if there's one stick of RAM that's got a higher frequency than another, it'll use the lower of the 2 and match the higher frequency RAM stick to the lower one, because it knows that it can't do anything with the higher frequency. It can't just boost the lower one up to the same frequency. Oh my God. I'm not walking. I'm just going to beat your head in. You people are just really annoying. You come from the Thieves Guild? Is that what it is? Where's your money? Give me your money. There. Now I've got your money, your lockpicks, and your ruby. How's that make you feel? Aranea, are you coming or what? Are you still fighting those? Is she seriously still fighting those guys? I don't even know why they're there. I thought I cleared that place out a long time ago. Aranea, you're going to make this video longer than it needs to be. For God's sake. Seriously. Like, we're almost to Solitude, and you just had to get into a fight. Look at this. Good Lord. Did you seriously just fight all of these people? For no reason at all? Like, I'd left. You could have just kept running, you know? Anyway. So yeah, I just don't think that creativity comes from a day's worth of thought. It doesn't. You can have a thought of making a video, a certain type of video in a day, sure. But the real creativity comes from building it out, doing it. Are my videos creative? Hell no. I just know that I really like talking about video games. I like playing video games. I like talking about video games with other people. That's my specialty, in my opinion. I'm a techie, but I'm not like Linus Tech Tips techie. They know a lot more about the in-depth intricacies of hardware than I do. But if I get a new graphics card, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to be like, here's what it can do. This is what it says on the tin. That sort of thing. But I'm more of a guy who just likes to talk. My creative side, it can come out from time to time, but I mean, even my RAM video wasn't creative. It was just me talking to a camera about what I'd been testing. But apparently that's enough sometimes. You got the right thumbnail, you get the right title. And you know, a lot of people, they'll go even that far where they'll change the thumbnail and the title throughout the day. I've seen it in some of the subscriptions that I subscribe to, where it's when they upload it initially, it's one thumbnail and a title, and then like 2 hours later, they change the title and the thumbnail because the first two didn't work. So it's like they're trying to play the algorithm, and that's fine. I'm not going to do that. That's too much work to worry about. Oh man, am I playing to the algorithm strongly enough here? I mean, does the thumbnail okay? Does the title catch people's eye? Who cares? That's what I got to say. Who cares? I mean, if that's your day job, then yeah, try to play up the algorithm as much as you can to get as much out of it as you can. But even if it was my day job to do this, I'm not doing that. You should be proud of the thumbnail that you came up with the first time. And when it comes to the title, just say what it is. That's the biggest issue with a lot of people. They got to get that clickbaity that title in there. They got to get that clickbaity thumbnail. Oh my God. I'm gonna kill you just for that. Just for opening your mouth. I don't know if I got a bounty or not. I really don't care. Doesn't even matter. We were gonna fight anyway because I was gonna make her fight me. I'm not gonna let somebody get away with calling me a milk drinker. I like milk. Anyway. So that's why you'll never see me change my thumbnails or titles. Because I actually sit there and think about what the title's going to be. It doesn't take me very long because I've gotten good at it, in my opinion. I've gotten used to making titles the way that I want them the first time. And the same thing with the thumbnail. Especially the technical reactors thumbnails. I love making those because I get to like figure out how I'm going to incorporate my own face and my own whatever personality into the thumbnail. It's not just a thumbnail of like a wallpaper of the game or something. I actually I got to a point where I was figuring out how to make it so that I can put my face in there somehow. And before it was just like I was actually liking the way I was doing it with the putting myself in the bottom right corner, dressed up in some, funny get up or whatever. And then I just started incorporating myself into the wallpaper that I used. So like the most recent one for negative atmosphere. First of all, big shout out to the devs for retweeting my tweet about that and responding to my tweet about that. That was really cool of them. I can't wait for that game. I think it's going to be a great callback to Dead Space. That's got like 200 views now, which is awesome. But
If you've come to Solitude to join the Legion,
oh, I didn't come to Solitude to join the Legion. I'm surprised that I can actually get this far without dying. All right, I'm actually just gonna step right up to the gate here. Arnea, please. You're supposed to stay behind me, not in front of me. Right, there's a quick save. What was I saying? Oh, that one, I put myself on the character and I found a really cool tutorial on how to make like the visor transparent so it's my face showing through the visor. It's really cool. Anyway, but that's a topic for another day, I guess. But for right now, I'm going to end this episode here. So thank you all for joining me. I really appreciate it. And if you're watching it on the website, I forgot to say this in the last episode. Thank you for your support for coming to the website instead of my YouTube channel. You get a much better quality video here on the website than YouTube because YouTube's compression is terrible. They're using an old codec for anything less than 1440p. And so it looks worse. But you will always get top quality product over here on gamersplatform.net. And also, you will never get an advertisement on gamersplatform.net. You shouldn't get advertisements on my YouTube channel either. But if you do, I'm sorry. I'm not doing that. It's them. But you shouldn't get any advertisements either way. But I will always provide the best in quality videos on my website. And while you're over here on gamersplatform.net, go ahead and check out my exclusive series, PlayStation Playground, where I get to play through their complete playthroughs of exclusive PlayStation titles such as Horizon Zero Dawn, Spider-Man, God of War, and many more. Coming up are the remaining episodes of Days Gone, and then after that will be Last of Us 2, and then after that will be Death Stranding. So be on the lookout for all of that. And I'll be announcing those as we go along on Twitter. So follow my Twitter at GP_net. But that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and please join me again in the next one where we will continue into Solitude and find out just what the Thalmar know about why the dragons are coming back. But until then, I'm Adam Wolf. This is Skyrim. No fast travel challenge. And I'll see you guys later.